Welcome to the Lions Den for a riveting matchup in JUCO women's basketball between your Lady Lions and the Kirtland Firebirds. This is the first time that both of these teams will see an opponent for the second time, as Kirtland took care of business at home 65-43 on November 2nd. Neither team has won a game since then, as both of these schools are looking to set a precedent and build a culture in the first year of Josh Holman and Evan Fauche's head coaching tenure. Hello everybody, my name is Garrett Pogg, and thank you so much for joining us and supporting JUCO athletics this evening. As we mentioned, both of these teams have felt the sting of defeat too many times with a combined record of 1-13. In a year where both of these programs are looking to lay the groundwork for future success, games like this against similarly ranked teams are critical for developing your skills and building confidence as a whole. With that being said, let's take a look at the last game, which we mentioned Kirtland won 65-43 in the season opener for these teams back in November. Akira Hinton had led these teams with 15 points and collected 12 rebounds, but that wasn't enough as the Firebirds had 4 players in double figures for them, including Kayla McCoy, Mariah Ellis, Alyssa Keel, and Lucy Hall off the bench. A key contributor for the Lions was Amani Smith, who's 6'2" and had 15 boards last time around, but she's out today with knee and ankle issues. They hope to get her back next week. A newcomer for the Lions makes her home debut in Charisma Matthews, who's averaged 5 points per game and 6 rebounds per game up to this point. She'll look to make herself known in tonight's contest. Enough looking at the past, let's talk about the keys to the game. For Kirtland, their big emphasis is staying true to themselves. They want to play a little faster and not overthink as much as they have up to this point. Head coach Josh Holman believes if this team can be level-headed throughout the game, they'll take home the win. For the Lady Lions, coach Evan Fauche is focusing on skill development for his team and getting his players in the mindset of winning the quarter. Too often, this team falls behind fast and can't catch up, so he wants DC3 to pace themselves and win games quarter by quarter instead of focusing on the entire 40 minutes as a whole. And let's go into our starting lineups. We'll start first with the DC3 Lady Lions. We have Charisma Matthews, who we talked about earlier, Brianna Williams, Zipporah Johnson, Akira Hinton, who's averaging 12 and 10 this season, and Deasia Croft, averaging 9 and 8. Big numbers for them are going to be what we talked about, Akira Hinton and Deasia Croft, the 2 leading point scorers for this team. Kendall Hightower has graduated from DC3, no longer going to be around with the team. They're going to miss her 9 points per game and 4 rebounds per game up to this point. Who shot 38% from the field. I think she leads the Lions, so, well, not anymore. They're going to miss her for sure. Let's talk about Kirtland's starting lineup. Number 4, Kayla McCoy, Lucy Hall, Mariah Ellis, Riley Mast, and Alyssa Keel. Those 4 names are the ones we talked about earlier who all scored double-digit points for this team. But the only person who averages double-digit points per game is Mariah Ellis, 5'7" from Millington, Michigan, averaging 11 and 4 with 2 assists, shooting better from three-point land than she is from inside. 32% field goal percentage, but 35% from the outside. 40 seconds to go before we start here for tip-off. We'll switch to our regular scoreboard as we get ready for the second home game for the Lady Lions this season. It's one of the big talking points that I had with Evan Fauche prior to the game was, hey, why aren't there as many home games for both, the men's and the women's teams? But why aren't there as many home games for the men's and women's teams? Sorry, I lost my train of thought there. But they wanted more away games just to see what the away refs would be like and just to give them that mindset of, hey, stuff is not going to be going for you all the time. A lot of times when you're at home, you have a lot of home cooking when it comes to the officials, especially these officials who know our head coaches so well. But when you're on the road, you're not going to get those calls you might get at home. So they wanted them to be able to get a sense of how it is to play on the road in different parts of the state of Michigan, as well as Ohio and Indiana. Has played already in Ohio and Indiana this season. Buzzers have sounded off. Evan Fauche directly to my left, giving marching orders before we start here. And it looks like they're lined up to do the national anthem. I don't believe we have a national anthem. Nice gesture, though, to stand down a line in unity with each other. Put your hand over your heart. Silent building right now, but we will certainly get the action started here in just a little bit. Looks like referees are standing around trying to figure out what's going on. And now we're ready to play. Not sure what the confusion was there. Tipping off for Kirtland is going to be number 20, Riley Mast. 5'10", I believe the tallest player, tied with Sammy Marshall at 5'10", freshman from Custer, Michigan. Averaging 1 and 3 a game, shooting 33%. I imagine she's only taken 3 shots up to this point, but refs checking around, making sure everything looks good. Mentioned Deasia Croft, who averages 9 and 8 so far. Brianna Williams from Tuscaloosa, Alabama, also averaging 9 points per game. I feel like I have to speak in a quiet voice, so I'm like, like we're commentating golf. I don't know. Referees are good. We'll tip off. Akira Hinton against Riley Mast. Kirtland wins the tip-off. He's going to have an open 3 on the side. That's too much. Rebound, Zipporah Johnson. 3 taken by Mariah Ellis there. Johnson slowing it down. Gets it to Deasia. Gold shoes and all. Guarded by Kayla McCoy. He's going to drive right, kick out to the far side. Charisma Matthews driving with the right hand floater, no good. Able to get her own rebound, though. Creates another possession. Bree kicks it out. Charisma Matthews, far corner. Screen from AQ. Deasia wide open. Gonna step in and take a 2-pointer to get us started. Deasia Croft, her first points of the night. Leading the offense is gonna be Mariah Ellis. Double-digit point scorer per game for this team. Inside. Ellis back out. Keel, that's 3-pointer, not enough. 3-pointer taken by Lucy Hall on that one. And this is the type of style you're going to see from DC3. They want to try to win the quarter and kind of pace themselves and make sure that they're not moving too fast. They want to play together as a team. Zipporah Johnson, far corner. Back out is Charisma. Wicked pass, goes over to Deasia, looking to drive in. Finds Zipporah, and Zipporah's gonna lose the handle. Out of bounds for our first stoppage of play in today's game. For Kirtland, you're gonna see a lot of up-tempo, 4-out, 1-in looks. That's McCoy. Stops her dribble. Keel, swiped out of her hand. Out to Hall. Near side corner, skip pass all the way to Ellis. Drives in, and she is going to travel. That'll go to the other side. Charisma Matthews, new addition to the team. I should say a late addition to the team. She's already played a fair amount of games so far. She drives in, looks for a teammate. Zipporah back up top. Charisma for 3. High arcing shot, goes over the backboard, that's out of bounds. I asked Coach Fauché, what does Charisma bring to this team? She said, she's the vocal leader that this team needs. Needed it in practice, she's a natural-born leader. Also refers to her as the glue girl on this team. Is gonna help during games like this when you're playing against similar ranked teams. That shot off the mark. AQ is gonna have the lane all by herself. Driving up the right hand and good. 4-0 early going. And now stolen, it's gonna be AQ once again on the fast break and scores another 2. 6-0 for your Lady Lions. As good of a start as they could have. Kayla McCoy now leading the offense. Looking to just spot up and take a 3. That's a lazy shot. It's gonna go off the mark, but it will be rebounded to Kirtland. Driving in is Hall. Blocked by Deasia Croft. Charisma Matthews near side wing. Finds Zipporah Johnson at the top for 3. Off the mark. Rebounded by Keel. She'll take it up herself. Finds Elsa in the corner. for three. That's off the mark. And the pass just a little too high from Kayla McCoy. And we're going to see an early timeout from Josh Holman. First season at Kirtland, and yet to score a point in today's match. 6:30 left to go in the first quarter. Your Lions are up 6-0 here in early going. We'll be right back. Ball back in play. Charisma Matthews, 2 assists, 2 rebounds for her. Trying to build almost a triple-double case for herself. I know it's early, but maybe I just jinxed it by saying that. AQ, near side corner, drives in with the left hand, puts it up with the right. No good. Looking to steal the ball away is Matthews. Leilani Lewis, who checks in now. Shot no good. And AQ is trying to rip that ball away. It ends up being a jump ball. Possession will go back to DC3. Out of bounds. Far side corner for 3. And it's wedged. So possession will go to the other side now. One of the Kirtland men's players jumping up and getting that one for us. We appreciate that. Mariah Ellis, far side wing. Now to McCoy. Top of the key. Good ball movement from Kirtland so far in this going. And she took a few too many steps trying to get that layup up and in. They're trying to lean on her size, be able to score on the inside. No Amani Smith, that 6'2" frame. They will miss her. Dealing with knee and ankle issues. They hope to get her back next week. Brianna Williams, far side. Going to drive in. Goes up with the right hand. Wanted a foul, not going to get it. So dribbling by herself was Alyssa Keel, is able to draw the foul from AQ Hinton. Seems to be a two-headed backcourt for Ellis and McCoy. Again, excellent ball movement here. That 3 missed the mark. Hinton with the rebound. Now she's driving. She's looking to take a coast-to-coast. Wild layup, not good. Rebounded by Alyssa Keel. She'll look to lead the offense herself. Big fan of getting the ball and just dribbling down the floor, and she is going to carry the ball. And it looks like Sapor Johnson took a odd hit to her core. So she will take a step out. It'll be Myra Freeman, subbing in, yet to score in her JUCO career. Brianna Williams driving in, left hand. Gonna get triple team, falls to the ground, gets the ball ripped away from her. Mariah Ellis driving in, behind the back, shot off the glass. Bank is not open tonight. And they're gonna call a timeout, they meaning Evan Fauché and Community Christian. Halfway through the first quarter, same scores we had just a second ago. We'll check and make sure everything's good with Johnson on the other side of this. Johnson able to walk under her own power, but she will take a seat on the bench and look to recover for the moment. Myra Freeman stays in the game. Now Deasia Croft looking to sub back in, standing in front of me. Excellent ball movement, driving in, kicking out, and is able to rip the ball away was Kayla McCoy. So way to find the open opportunity, but it is going to be DC3 ball, so they will get another chance at it. Freeman's going to go back on the bench for Deasia Croft. It's Brianna Williams up top, Leilani Lewis receiving the pass. Charisma Matthews finds herself open for three. The zone defense not respecting it. A bit of a right to, and playing a little too aggressive for it, and it ended up paying off. Charisma Matthews not allowing Kayla McCoy to have that ball. Driving in, far side, baseline. They're gonna call either a reach-in or a blocking foul. Second foul of the day for, first foul of the day for Kirtland. 6 turnovers for the Firebirds, only 2 for the Lady Lions. So winning that matchup early, that's an essential part of winning games like these against teams like we talked about. Combined 1-13 record. As Deasia Croft is on the near side wing. Tough defense from Kayla McCoy. That 3-2 defense. Layup no good from AQ. That's Lucy Hall driving. Finds McCoy back up top. The ball movement's been fantastic from the Firebirds so far. Ellis almost dribbles it out of bounds. Back to Hall. Gonna get the ball stolen from her, not quite. It's gonna be McCoy from the outside, off the mark. Kirtland is yet to make a shot in this game. Lucy Hall, and now back to McCoy. They're gonna reset. Never mind, she's gonna drive in with the left hand. And they're gonna call a travel on Kayla McCoy. DC3 looking to hold a team scoreless in a quarter for the first time this season. 3:36 to go here in the first. Up 6-0. We talked about the impact that Charisma Matthews has had on his team. You can see it immediately, the difference between the game against Terra State versus the game right now. AQ with an easy 2. 6 points for her. 8-0 to score, 3 to go. Ellis out to Keel, back to McCoy. Great ball movement from the outside. Shot just a little too far. And a few girls jostling for that ball right there. It is going to go back to Kirtland. First substitution of the day, Lucy Hall is going to come out. Coming in for her is going to be Renee Awal from Winter Springs, Florida. We'll talk about some of the unique recruiting that Josh Holman has for this women's and this men's team. Head coach for both of these teams. Imagine it's 2 full-time jobs trying to manage both of these programs right here. Kayla McCoy, wild shot. It ended up being, she thought that the shot clock was running down, but Riley Mass was able to force a shot up and draw the foul to earn the first free throws of the day for either side. So, talked about not being able to first free throw off the mark for Mass. She averages 1 point a game, 3 rebounds per game. She earned the start today. And the second free throw is in, so they get their first point of the afternoon. No scoreless quarter this afternoon, I guess so far. We could see what happens in the rest of this game. It's not often you see that. Brianna Williams, they're gonna call a charge on her as she looked to push the elbow off just a little too much against Alyssa Keel. 5'9" freshman from Mansalona, Michigan. Quick substitutions coming in and out for DC3. Now it's Johnson standing in front of me, blocked by Deasia Croft. Riley Mass with the shot there. That's her second block of the day for Deasia Croft. Excellent passing. Oh, not able to take advantage of it. Deasia Croft puts it up. No good either. Oh, Charisma Matthews, that was an electric pass. Jason Williams-esque. Tough defense around the outside. It looks like a bit of a zone look for this team. Brianna Williams tried to block it, not able to do so, but forced a shot wide. And now she's driving it herself. We're going to take a coast-to-coast with the right hand. Up and no good. Now Kayla McCoy going on the other side. Almost had the ball ripped away from her. Far side, Mariah Ellis. Skip pass. That's Renee Alwall. Too far. Able to collect it and put it back up is Alyssa Keel. 8-3 the score. 90 seconds left to go in the first quarter. Slow-paced offense so far. Charisma Matthews puts that shot up off the mark. Rebound Alwall. We're going to drive it in herself. She's going to have the lane. Sport Johnson's going to come back in. She looks like she's not 100%, but Freeman's going to come in too for Charisma Matthews. Not sure what they called it there. I imagine it was some issue with the shot clock. Ball moving around the outside. That's Ellis near side. Floater up for McCoy is no good, but the shot up on the offensive rebound for Kiel, no good either. AQ going to take her time, near side wing. Gets it up to Johnson at the top. Skip pass to Brianna, puts that shot up. A little too much. No good. It's Alwall up to McCoy. Pass just a little too far, and Johnson is the recipient of the steal. 7 seconds difference between the game clock and the shot clock. Deja Croft near side. Gonna get guarded tightly by Mariah Ellis. Near side for Brianna Williams. Another three. That's too far. And rebounded by Alwall. 12 seconds to go. Kayla McCoy. It's a 1-on-2 opportunity. 2-on-1, excuse me. McCoy. No good. Kiel, no good, but they're going to draw the foul. Just a few seconds left here in this first quarter. It's Alyssa Kiel. First one is up and off the mark. 5 points per game, 8 rebounds per game for her. Shooting 38% from the floor. Has yet to take a shot from outside. That's not her typical role in this team. Just a few seconds left. Brianna Williams looking to put it up. She needs something quick. She probably just should have put it up herself. So 8-3 is the score at the end of the first quarter. Your Lions are up. Both teams looking for their first win since November 2nd. Lady Lions yet to win this season. Kirtland, their only win against this Lady Lions team in the season opener. We'll be back on the other side of this. Mariah Ellis getting her right leg taped up for something. Not sure if she was bleeding or just some sort of strain, but she is going to continue to go in this game. Not a lot of substitutions so far for Kirtland. Only one, I think, to be exact. So tight zone defense from DC3 on the other side. Spinning around is going to be Kiel. Back to Alwall. Far side wing. Ellis at the top. Pass inside. Looking to put that shot up and in. No good. is Riley Mass. Now it's Brianna Williams. Right hand, far side corner. Back to Williams. Johnson driving in with the right hand, looking to put it up with a floater and getting it in. First points of the day for Zipporah Johnson. 10-3 the score. Start of the second quarter. 0 of 7 is DC3 from the outside as they collect that steal. Zipporah Johnson on the receiving end of that. They were 0 of 7 from 3. And Evan Fauché was heard in the timeout saying, you don't need to jack up all these threes. Do what works. Do what's been working. Deja Croft puts that shot up, trying to get her own rebound, and will do so. Finds Brianna Williams driving the baseline and gets fouled. She'll go up for 2 free throws here. Yo. 10-3 the score. Talk about the lack of substitutions here for the Firebirds so far. Coming back in is going to be Lucy Hall. After this free throw, it'll be Leilani Lewis checking back in. Brianna Williams misses the first free throw. She's averaging 9 points per game, 5 rebounds per game, shooting 25% from the field. And you see that interesting lineup. I was trying to figure out if it was a technical, but I think they were just so focused on being back on defense that they didn't line up, they meaning the Lions did not line up any women there in the key. Stolen, ripped out of her hands. It's going to be Leilani Lewis with the steal. Brianna Williams, the recipient. Charisma Matthews up for the layup, and it's good. 12-3, 2 minutes into the second quarter. Renee Awal. Far corner, that's a floater, not enough. Rebounded, Leilani Lewis. Now ripped out of her hands, it's gonna be Keel with the steal. Now Kayla McCoy driving the other way. Far side corner, it's gonna be Awal once again for 3 off the mark. Rebound to AQ. Johnson looking for the foul, is gonna get it. Late call there from the referee. Works regardless. So they're going to continue with the strategy of just not worrying about getting the offensive rebound and just having their team back on defense. Also shows a lot of trust in their free throw shooters to be able to make their shots. That one is up and in. 13-3 now, your score. Zipporah Johnson, 4 points per game, 7 rebounds. That one is off the mark. So 13-3, your score. Kayla McCoy trying to move quick. Excellent dribbling from her so far in this game. Pass to Awal. We'll swing it around, that's McCoy. Now Ellis in the corner, no one around her. Off the mark. Now Zipporah Johnson with the rebound, looking to take it herself. Driving in, she has the lane to herself, puts it up with the left hand, no good. Rebound AQ, but not able to recover from that. Allwell now driving. Far side wing. Looking for a teammate. She'll find one in McCoy. Ellis McCoy now masked. Puts it up and in. Easy layup for her. Not masked, excuse me. That's Lucy Hall from Kalkaska, Michigan. 13-5 your score. Charisma Matthews. Trying to wait for some sort of screen or play to develop. Zipporah finds Leilani Lewis, shoots it from the free throw line off the mark. AQ with the offensive rebound. Trying to find any sort of space. And they're gonna call her for a travel before. It's been a two-headed monster of, I shouldn't say monster, two-headed machine of Mariah Ellis and Kayla McCoy on the outside, joined for this team. Amanda Lewis is going to sub in for the first time today. Pass just a little too high, goes into the lap of Amani Smith, who's sitting on the bench in street clothes this afternoon. (13-5) your score, 6 minutes left to go in the second quarter. Talk about the lack of substitutions for Kirtland as opposed to DC3, who's been substituting plenty. Chris Matthews driving in, puts up the floater and able to get it in through traffic. Charisma Matthews. Averages 5 a game, she already has 4. Lucy Hall blocked by Deasia Croft. Third block of the day for her, now it's Matthews on the fast break through traffic. Off the mark, but it will go off the hands of McCoy. Gives the ball back to DC3. Quick shot up from Zipporah Johnson. Alwell's not gonna like the foul call there. Keel's gonna sub back in. Now subbing in for the first time for DC3 is Shania Howard. 5'5" freshman from Detroit, like most of this team, has yet to score this season, so hoping to reverse that this afternoon. And again, this is not a technical free throw, but the defense is just gonna sit back and wait for the ball to come their way instead of worrying about trying to get the offensive rebound. It's worked so far for this team. Losing the rebounding battle right now. Kirtland's had a lot of offensive boards. Both of those free throws are off the mark for Johnson. Mariah Ellis driving in quick, gonna find someone on the outside off the mark. Rebound Leilani Lewis. That was Alyssa Keel who shot that. Matthews has had the ball in her hand a lot. Gonna find a screen from Croft. Almost a moving screen there. Zipporah Johnson open from outside. Almost off the glass. They're gonna call an over the back on Deasia Croft trying to get that board. I would say unprecedented territory for Community Christian, but this is a game we've seen before where they led most of the way against Terra State and then unfortunately allowed a 9-point fourth quarter lead to disappear. So you're hoping that this team can stay focused quarter by quarter and not allow themselves to get too comfortable. Zipporah Johnson driving, now on the baseline. Shot not enough. Is able to find Shania Howard on the outside for 3. Off the mark. Rebound to Hall. Now it's Amanda Lewis driving. Throws up the layup off the corner of the backboard and no good. Croft's gonna lead the offense this time around. She'll take her sweet old time. Croft driving in, backing up, puts it up with the hook. No good. Rebound to Ellis. Gonna find her spot just inside. Scores 2. That's her first points of the day. Mariah Ellis averaging 11 points per game. Zipporah Johnson gonna take her sweet old time. The defense not gonna move up. Croft at the screen, now outside. Howard finds Zipporah again, driving with the left hand. Wanted a charge. Was Alyssa Keel. She was able to draw a charge before. She does so again. And gives possession back to DC3. Hairband gonna fall out, but make sure they get off the court for nobody to trip on. For Ellis, whatever bandage that she had on her right leg is no longer there. So credit to her to play through the pain. That shot is off the mark from Lucy Hall. Able to get the rebound back is Kirtland. Alwell for 3, off the mark. AQ with the rebound, double-double machine. Fauché refers to her as. Now she's driving in with the right hand towards the left side. Off the glass, no good. It's gonna be shot up and in, not in, from Deasia Croft. Gets blocked out of bounds, so. Possession goes back to the Lions. We're gonna find Shania Howard on the outside. She's gonna take another 3, looking for her first points of the season. Offensive rebound from Brianna Williams. Took a shot, hit off the bottom of the backboard, but possession goes back to DC3. Let's do this a third time. AQ, top of the key for her. Drifts over to the wing. Finds Howard once again, looking for her first points of her JUCO career. 3 for her. Ryan Ellis on the other side. Looking for somebody, finds Alwell in the corner. Off the mark. Shot up and off the way. Now back to Williams, driving in. Ball poked out. She's able to return it back. Shania Howard finds Charisma Matthews. Lewis tried to cheat on that pass. And Matthews draws the foul to give her a chance to put her first free throws up at the game. Sabora Johnson now checking in. Howard's going to check out. First points of her NJCAA career. You hear assistant coach Kayla Kism saying, get back, get back. It's worked for them so far. Unfortunately, the free throws, not so much. I don't know the exact number, but I know I want to say it's 25% that they're shooting up to this point. That one's off the mark as well. Ellis looking to make a bigger impact. Only scored 2 points tonight. She averages 11. And that's a double dribble. Shifty hands from the defense force her to double clutch. Kayla McCoy checks back in. Alwell will take a seat on the bench. 18-7 your score. 2 minutes left to go in the first half. Seem to have this package that they like to roll out of, where ball handler comes out of the near side. Wayne. Here's Matthews dribbling to her benefit. That's Brianna Williams from the outside, off the mark. Offensive rebound, Deasia Croft, puts it back in. 20-7. Minute 40 left to go. Shot outside, and that's in. Lucy Hall. Her first 3 of her NJCAA career. And they're going to call that a 2. My apologies. Yet to score 3 in her JUCO career. They're going to call a travel on Brianna Williams on the other side. And you'll notice on the court there's a gigantic blue line, then there's a thin little black line where our wonderful coaches have taped up to signal what the JUCO lines are, as this is a high school regulated court. So sometimes my eyes get a little confused and perplexed on where the lines are. I'm sure the audience at home sees it too, as walking across it right now is Sabora Johnson. Near side Wayne, as they've operated from out of all season. And a moving screen from Brianna Williams is going to send the ball to the other side. She's going to complain about it, but clear and obvious to me. There's Kayla McCoy now, the far side Wayne. Can find Hall once again. She has the green light. She has yet to make one of those, though. Besides the last 2-pointer, I should say. Brianna Williams now driving in. Able to drive through traffic, loses the ball. Rebounded by Lucy. Kayla McCoy behind the back. Throws a shot up. That goes in. Not sure what that was, but it was nothing but net. That must be her spot. Sabora Johnson finds Deasia in the corner. 3, air ball. Rebound to McCoy. Let's see if she can put up another wacky shot like she just did. Lewis finds Hall. No good. It's rebounded to Sabora Johnson. 25 seconds to go in the first half. Shot clock turned off. She's going to wait this out, going to keep possession here. Sabora Johnson now drives in with the right hand against Amanda Lewis. We're going to put something up in the final seconds of the first half. That shot is off the mark. Deasia Croft, offensive rebound, no good. And that is going to be the end of the first half. 20-11 your score. It's not unprecedented territory for DC3. They've been in this position before. They got to keep possession and maintain control throughout the rest of this game. We'll be back with the halftime report on the other side of this. Large conversation happening to our right for our halftime report. Apologies for that. I was ready to go, and then the guys started yelling. Taking a look at the halftime report for your Lady Lions. Akira Hinton leads the entire game in scoring, shooting 3 of 9, 6 points for her, 0 of 1 from outside. The entire team as a whole shooting 1 of 13 from outside, so the three-pointer's not going through for the Lady Lions. Haven't been going through for the other side as well. 20-11 your halftime score. For Kirtland, it's those two but mid-range shots from Lucy Hall that are anchoring them. 4 points for her. Mariah Ellis, who typically averages 11 points per game, only has 2 so far. Kayla McCoy, excellent ball handling from her, only 2 points to show for it. But when it comes to rebounds, these teams are dead even, 33 apiece. But when it comes to turnovers, Kirtland 17 turnovers and Community Christian with 8. So the lack of turnovers for the Lady Lions is something that's been, well, the amount of turnovers is something that's killed them all season. But in a game like this where you're playing against a team that's similarly ranked to you, you have the home crowd fever. They've been able to do pretty well so far. So Charisma Matthews, 4 points for her, shooting 2 of 7. Only player that really hasn't made their mark is Brianna Williams, 0 of 7 so far, 2 personal fouls. But able to tie for the team lead, not the team lead in rebounding, but having 6 rebounds, as well as Akira Hinton and Deasia Croft with 9. If she can start putting some more points up, then she might be in for a double-double day herself. Deasia Croft typically averages 9 and 8 for them. So it's been an excellent game so far for DC3, but we talked about it before. This is not unfamiliar territory. They've been in positions like this, namely the last home game against Terra State, where they were up 7 points going into the 4th quarter, but Terra State ended up putting on a press and made the Lady Lions just get out of sync. They only scored 5, the Lady Lions did in that 4th quarter, and ended up losing the game by 5. So need to maintain possession here and just maintain control. Work as a team. It's all the same adages you hear from every coach on planet Earth. But that's going to be the key to victory for the Lady Lions, focusing on winning the quarter and trying to improve their skills, not so much worry about, you say not worry about the scoreboard, but at this point, when you're up at 9 points at halftime, I'd say that's a pretty opportune time to start thinking about stuff like that. So second half going to come your way in about 5 minutes. 20-11 your score. And we'll be back on the other side with the 3rd quarter. Community Christian Lady Lions against the Kirtland Firebirds. You're watching Community Christian Athletics on YouTube. Combined 1-13 record for these teams. 0-8 for your DC3 Lady Lions, 1-5 for the Kirtland Firebirds. A win would be so essential for either one of these teams today. 20-11 your score. Charisma Matthews near side wing. Gonna see some tough defense from Kayla McCoy. Screen from AQ. Deja Croft gonna put a layup up. She's gonna get her 10th rebound of the day on the offensive side. And an offensive foul is gonna send it the other way. That was Ellis who was knocked over. Talked about she had a bandage put on her, I think it was her left leg, no longer there, so playing through something. Credit her, I don't think she sat out once in today's contest. Speaking of Ellis, she has the ball in her hands near side wing. Now to the corner. That was Keel, now out to Hall. Good ball movement on the outside. Shot off the mark, rebound to Deja Croft. Charisma Matthews now driving in, left hand, passes out. Shot from Croft, is there a ball? And Akira hitting, putting her body on the line, trying to get that rebound. Not able to do so. Other side is Kayla McCoy. Far side wing, pass off the mark, and Brianna Williams doing just enough to be able to distract her from receiving that. Matthews near side wing, gonna get the ball poked away. Out of bounds still. Possession still to DC3. Ball back into Matthews. Tough defense. It's going to be a handoff to Charisma Matthews. Floater up off the glass and in. 5th and 6 points of the day for her. Shot on the outside corner. That's Hall once again. Lucy Hall. 6 points for her. She leads the Kirtland Firebirds in scoring with those corner shots. Here's a three-pointer from Zipporah Johnson. Too much. Rebound to AQ. Gonna drive baseline with the right hand, looking for a foul, not gonna get it. Everybody's fighting for the rebound. Alyssa Keel and Deja Croft laying out for that one. 22-13 your score. Just into the second half. Two main scoring threats for this Kirtland Firebirds team. Mariah Ellis and Kayla McCoy only have 2 points apiece. Coming in now for the first time today is Ernestina Arthur. Layup off the mark. One of the better shots are taken. Sophomore from Lake Worth, Florida. Now Z. Other side gets it out to Croft. Gonna drive to her usual post-up move that she's looking for. Hook is off the mark. Rebound to Mast. Ellis drives in with the right hand. Blocked by Zipporah Johnson. Leilani Lewis checking in now for DC3. And something else I haven't mentioned either, Adriana Gilmore, 5'6" sophomore from Miami, Florida. Tied for second in their points scored per game for them, 8 rebounds. She is not available today. I don't know if it was a healthy scratch or something going on injury-wise with her, but not able to make the trip out to Detroit this afternoon. Brianna Williams inside, lose the handle, but she puts a shot up off the glass, no good. Rebound, it's gonna be a tie up, and possession is going to go the other way. It ended up being Arthur and Mass that were saying, no, you take it, no, you take it. Being a little too nice with it. DC3 gets possession back. Brianna Williams on the outside. Finds Lewis. Gonna dribble, try to post up. And she ends up double dribbling. Thought she was gonna get away with it for a second. I definitely saw 2 hands on that ball. Outside, that's Lucy Hall. Arthur with the rebound, offensively. Now on the ground, fighting with Z. Ball goes back to Kirtland. Mariah Ellis to pass it in. It's gonna look for McCoy, not gonna have her. Ernestina Arthur up top, driving in. Kept the head down, and she's gonna travel. 22-13, 3 minutes into the second half. Charisma Matthews was not present or even on the team for that game against Harris State about a month ago around this time. Her ball handling has been so essential in tonight's contest. Support on the outside, trying to get it in. AQ dribbles it off the foot of a defender, not going to call that though. And Mariah Ellis smacks it out of bounds. Possession goes back to Community Christian. AQ passing in on a baseline, going to find C wide open in the paint, not able to capitalize, but she gets her own board and puts it back in. Way to follow through on the offensive rebound there. Arthur on the outside, that's for two. Too much there, rebound Williams. Finds Matthews down the court, and just a little too much heat on that pass. Goes off her hands and out of bounds. Akil going to check in now for Riley Mast. Seeing some different looks here for this Kirtland Firebirds team. 7 out, 1 at a time. Not a lot of substitutions here today. Here's Hall on the outside. She loves that shot. That's an air ball. Rebound to Hinson. She's going to drive in. She's got a lot of speed. Loses the ball. It goes out of bounds the other way. We said not a lot of substitutions. Now we're seeing 2 in quick succession. Here's Renee Alwall back in for the Firebirds. Ellis on the outside, been distributing the ball quite a bit. Hasn't taken a lot of shots herself. Here's McCoy on the outside. 3 not enough. Lewis with the board. Z driving in, not quite. Near side wing. Gonna find Matthews, and the offense resets. AQ sees the lane, drives, looking for the foul, not gonna get it. Rebound, not quite. Everyone's fighting for it. It's gonna roll out of bounds, and we'll go back to Kirtland. I wonder if it's a coaching decision or whether it's from the players' perspective as to why. And that's another block, AQ Hinton. Support Johnson driving down the other way. Didn't find the layup that she wanted, but she will travel and give possession back to Kirtland. Wonder if it's something from the coach's perspective or whether Mariah Ellis just isn't seeing the open shots that she typically does as to why she's not taking as many. Kayla McCoy, also a large point scorer for this team, not taking as many shots either. When you have defense as tight as that, it's hard to see those open shots. Here's an open shot for Kayla McCoy driving in. I believe that's 6 points for her. 24-15 your score midway through the third quarter now. Evan Fauché, the bottom of your screen. Now tight defense from McCoy. Matthews passes it out to Williams. Gonna drive in, find AQ wide open in the paint. She scores. 26-15, midway through the third. Ellis, far side wing. Waiting for the play to develop. She's gonna find an open spot in the paint. What was the defense there? And off of that made attempt, Coach Josh Holman, the head coach of both the women's and the men's programs there at Kirtland, is going to take a full timeout. We'll be back on the other side of this. 26-17, 4 minutes left to go in the third quarter. Myra Freeman back in. If you're familiar with the Lady Lions, you know this is a small but mighty roster, both in size and in terms of numbers of player on the roster. AQ's shot, not going to find her spot. Zipporah Johnson gets fouled. That's a hard foul from Ernestina Arthur. She'll go to the line for 2. Players back on defense for the Lady Lions. Zipporah Johnson 5 points today. Make that 6. Shooting 2 of 10, 0 of 3 from outside. 7 rebounds for her and 2 steals. Able to capitalize on both of those free throws, something that's not too common for this Lady Lions team. So it's very appreciated, especially in a game like this where looking for their first win in the Evan Fauché era. First-year head coach for the Lady Lions. Kayla McCoy drives in, puts that shot up. Now leads the team in points scored. That's 8 points for her. Full court press. This is what's troubled the Lady Lions last time around. Ball smacked out of the air by Keel. And the ball goes out of bounds. Thankfully, possession goes back to DC3. Deja Croft checking back in for Myra Freeman. And we talked about it with the Terrace State game. It was that full court press that disrupted the Lady Lions enough to be able to blow a 9-point lead at the end of the fourth quarter. Brianna Williams driving in, able to find the reverse. Not the reverse, puts it up with the right hand on the left side. That's what I meant by that statement. 30-19. Finds Keel in the corner. Tough defense, double teamed. It is going to be a 5-second violation. You don't see that call too often. AQ's happy about that one. It's good to see this team excited about their play on the court, especially in a team that's had so much struggled so much this season. Even as much as last night. They lost 90-35 against Spring Arbor's JV team. Here's Charisma Matthews, excellent pass, and one! Deja Croft! The playmaking impact of Charisma Matthews unmatched. 32-19, 3 minutes to go. Croft 4 points for her, also shooting 2 of 10, but 11 rebounds. She's going to chase after her own ball. I'm not sure what happened there. I guess they're going to, I don't know. Ball's back in play. Mariah Ellis out to the corner. That's Arthur. Puts it up with the right hand. Soft touch gets it to go. Wonder why she hasn't played throughout the first half. Great ball control from Ernestina Arthur, sophomore from Lake Worth, Florida. Matthews going to operate out of the package that they have used up to this point. Croft to her left in the corner. Looking for some sort of play to develop. They're just going to put it to Croft in the inside, looking for that hook. No good, gets her own rebound, and up and in. 6 points for her, 35-21. 2 minutes left to go in the third. 3 point from Mariah Ellis. No good there. Breeze looking to drive in with the right hand, off the mark. Rebound to Amanda Lewis. She's going to look to drive in with the right hand, gets the ball snatched away, but possession will go back to Kirtland. Shania Howard checking back in for DC3, as well as Lucy Hall and Renee Awal. Lucy Hall, 5'5", freshman from Kalkaska, Michigan. Typically averages 8 per game. Has scored 6 so far. Ball off the, I believe that was the foot of Zipporah Johnson, if she didn't get a hand on it. Possession back to Kirtland. That's Keel with the right hand. Up, no good. Rebound, Deja Croft. She looks to lead the offense now. Finds Matthews open. Not going to take the shot. Yes, she will. And too much. Kinton with the offensive board. How crucial is that? The offensive boards, they favored Kirtland in the first half. In the second half, it's been all DC3. Zone defense from DC3. Akil's going to lose the handle on that. Looked like she stepped out of bounds, and she did. 37-21, 1 minute to go in the third quarter. This team gave up a 9-point lead in the last home game against Terrace State. Currently holding a 16-point lead right now. Akira Hinton's going to lose that ball out of bounds, but it looked like it was poked away, so DC3 will retain possession. 53 seconds to go. And giving up a 9-point lead going into the fourth is bad enough. You hope that they are not able to not able to give up that same lead, or a bigger lead, excuse me. Here's Deasia Croft on the inside, and the layup is good to go. She's had a lot of success on the inside, both in rebounding and in scoring. Mariah Ellis now taking more shots. Here's another one from outside. That's off the mark. Sephora Johnson struggles to find her footing. She'll be just fine. Comes back to the near side wing. 4-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. 18 seconds to go. They're going to look to hold for the last shot anyways. Deja does not set the screen. It's going to be Akira Hinton faking the three, driving in for a two. Mid-range, and that's off the mark. 5 seconds left to go. Maya Ellis going to take a half-court shot off the mark. 18-point lead for DC3. They gave up a 9-point lead last time around. An 18-point lead. I don't want to say it's impossible to give up. We've seen crazy things at the JUCO level, but regardless, 10 minutes left to go in this matchup. The Lady Lions looking for their first win in the Evan Fauché era. We'll be back on the other side of this. Ball back in play. Fourth quarter, 10 minutes to go. Lady Lions not only looking to hold on, but looking to excel, trying to get their first win. Charisma Matthews still near side wing, looking for the cross up. Off the window, no good. It's a rebound from Deasia Croft. Was a double-double now. Akira Hinton stuck on the baseline, almost stolen from her. And now just to prevent the over the back. Shot clock is running down anyways, so possession is going to go to Kirtland, but because she didn't grab the ball, they're going to get the ball on the baseline. Mariah Ellis to pass it in. All ball on the outside. That's Amanda Lewis. Good ball movement. Putting that up, and they're going to call a foul on Hinton. Looked like all ball to me, but Alyssa Keel is going to draw the foul. And going to go up for 2 free throws here. Keel averaging 5 and 8. Misses that first free throw. So far, only 2 points for her. Was 0 of 2, now 0 of 3 on free throws. Make that 1 of 4. Talk about the full court press. This is where DC3 had trouble last time around. What have they learned? You're about to find out. Charisma Matthews able to get it past the half court. The Firebirds will settle into their typical half-court man-to-man defense. Pass just a little too high. Out of bounds, off of Hinton's fingertips. This is where you find out the true character of a team like this, an 0-8 team that's looking for their first win. Can you not only hold on, but also, like we said, excel and be able to win this quarter too. One of the big emphasis for Evan Fauché so far. And Evan Fauché in the middle of possession is going to take a timeout. 9 minutes to go. 17-point lead for Community Christian, 39-22. You're watching the Community Christian YouTube channel. We talked about double-double territory for a lot of these women. Deasia Croft has crossed that with 11 points and now 14 rebounds. Akira Hinton, 10 points and 10 rebounds for her. So this is easily DC3's best game of the season for the Lady Lions. Zipporah Johnson, far side wing, gets it to Croft, looking to find Matthews. Almost able to do so. She's able to recover that dribble, go back to the outside, and not aware of how much time was on the shot clock. It's one of the things when you rent out these high school gymnasiums, they don't come with a shot clock, so you have to put them in the corners of the court, as you'll see on the middle of your screen, those red numbers there in the middle, far side. And if someone here's Akira Hinton driving in, off the mark. Deasia Croft with the rebound. A lot of offensive boards for her. Zipporah Johnson for three at the top. Too much. Croft with another board. Puts it up. Rebound Kiel. Here's Ellis driving around. The other side looking to make a name for herself. They're going to call a weak foul there. They're going to call Zipporah Johnson on that. She was trying to see where that foul was coming from. So Mariah Ellis will look to shoot two here. First one's up and in. Talked about averaging 11 per game. I believe that is her third point of the afternoon. Excuse me, that's 4 for her. And that's 5. 39-24 lead for the Lady Lions. Easily their best game all season, but they need to not only hold on, but also look to win this quarter too. This is where you see the real character of a team that hasn't won a game. Kirtland in a similar position. The last game they won, the only game they've won this season, was against this Lady Lions team on November 2nd. And too much thinking on the Lady Lions side is going to cause a turnover. Not able to get it past half court in that 8-second margin that they give. Apologies there. That's Mariah Ellis near side wing. You see Hall going to dribble off her knee, but it goes to Kiel. Now to Alwell on the outside. That's for 2. Too much there. Leilani Lewis with the board. Matthews gets it past half court. Going to look to settle the ball here. Leilani Lewis with a quick shot. Rebound to Kira Hinton. Out to Matthews. They can kind of sit on this ball if they want. They won't. It's going to be Brianna Williams with the floater. Alwell, far side. Hall, fake the shot. That's Ellis. Has not made a three-pointer today. Typically shoots 35% from outside. This Kirtland Firebirds team has yet to make a lot of shots from the outside. 7 minutes left to go here in the game. 15-point lead for Community Christian. Looking to just hold on and make sure that they make smart offensive plays. Here's Croft in the far corner. They're going to call her for a double dribble. Going back the other way. Amanda Lewis now running the offense. First time we've seen that today. Lucy Hall back to Lewis. Finds a pass inside to Keel. Off the mark, rebound, Deasia Croft, and must have tweaked something with that left leg. She was holding on to it for a second. Able to walk in her own power. No complaints for her. So Matthews gonna sit at the top. Defense is gonna let her sit. Screen from Croft. Shot just inside. It's off the mark, and Deasia Croft fighting a little too hard for that rebound. Jumping over the back of Alyssa Keel. You saw her kind of holding her head as if Croft might have smacked it, trying to get that rebound. Now she's gonna go down, and she's holding that left leg again. Looks like that left calf muscle. Both sides are going to take a timeout as they look to make sure that she's okay. We'll step aside. Fauché had to help Deasia Croft get off the court. 17 rebounds for her. They're going to miss her for the time being. 6 minutes left to go. Keel inside, dribbling, stolen.
Keep going.
AQ Hinson driving down the other side. Her against Ellis. Up with the left hand and in. 12 points for her. Lewis trying to move quickly. 17-point lead for Community Christian. Alyssa Keel out to Hall. Finds Lewis on the outside. That's for two. Air ball. Fauché stressing this team to just go for layups at this point moving forward. Sport Johnson not expecting that pass, able to be rekindled by Lewis, and now back out. Here's Williams on the outside. Matthews now going to be stolen. Renee Alwal going to have the lane all by herself. And just to act as a body there is Sport Johnson, no arm up there. Missed the shot, but Alwal gets the rebound back. Shot off the mark, rebound to Williams. Back on the other side, AQ Hinton dribbles off her foot. That's stolen, going to Keel. Ellis driving on the right hand, able to throw up a shot, almost like a prayer. It's back to a 15-point deficit for the Firebirds. Sport Johnson seeing some tough double teams. Defense playing a little bit higher, trying to force turnovers. Not high enough. Passing on his team is looking immaculate so far. That's going to be a travel from Brianna Williams. 4:30 left to go, 15-point lead for the Lady Lions. If they can hold on here, this will be the first win in the Evan Fauché era. 0-8 up so far this season. Lewis leading the offense on the far side. Here's Hall. Loves that shot. It's going to be off the mark. That was not Hall, excuse me, that was Keel in the far side corner. Goes off the foot of a Lady Lion, and possession goes back to the Firebirds. Ellis looking for anybody. Barely beats the count. Finds Hall on the outside, and she will dribble. Not double dribble, she will travel herself. AQ with a little bit of a dance to celebrate. 4 minutes left to go. Support Johnson, now to Matthews. Almost swatted out of the air. Kier Hinton damn near triple teamed. Poked out of bounds by Lewis. Possession goes back to Community Christian. This last quarter's taken some time to complete. Matthews gets it past half court. Fakes a three to support Johnson. Not looking for any shots like that. Crochet encouraging her to take her time. And this team is only looking to shoot layups going forward. Misses that one. Lewis with the rebound. Looking to throw back up and in. They will not call the foul. Rebound to Arthur. Looking to take it coast to coast herself. Puts it up and not enough. Brianna Williams just gets it past half court before she settles down. And defense just sitting back, almost accepting the loss is Kirtland on this one. Brianna Williams drives in, right hand blocked by Alyssa Keel. Now it's Amanda Lewis trying to take advantage on the other side. Finds Ellis, who puts a shot up and in. 4 points for her in this quarter. I think 10 points for her overall. It's going to meet her season average, but all for naught as it's a 13-point lead for the Lions here. That shot blocked by Keel once again. Keel's going to try to hold on to the ball using her legs, along with Arthur using her arms in there. So jump ball for them. 2:52 left to go in this game. This Community Christian is just a few seconds away, not seconds, a few minutes away from splitting the series with Kirtland. Here's another shot from the outside. Hall off the mark. AQ gets the ball stolen from her. That's Lewis on a steal. Trying to drive in, but the tough defense not allowing her to do so. AQ pokes it away. Keel inside, finds Lewis. And for Arthur, they will get the ball to her. In the post, reverse layup, no good. She gets her own rebound and puts it back in. And now a timeout for Kirtland. This fourth quarter's taking some time to complete. 2:24 left to go here, 41-30 is the score. We'll be back on the other side of this, looking for their first win in the Evan Fauché era this afternoon. Ball back into play. Lady Lions shooting 25%, which is typically what they shoot. Excuse me, they typically shoot 20%, so a little bit better. Myra Freeman on the outside, inside, excuse me. Charisma Matthews, your side wing. They can afford to sit in some of these possessions a little bit, try to drain out the clock as they look to win against the Firebirds. Shot up and fouled. Brianna Williams. Only 2 points on the day for her, looking to get her third and fourth this afternoon. Like we mentioned, 2 points for her, 1 of 12 from the field. But 10 rebounds of her own, 4 assists and a steal. Very similar to a lot of these stat lines here for Community Christian, a lot of rebounds for the Lady Lions. Able to force a lot of turnovers. Support Johnson not on the court. Something happened with her thumb. It looked like she might have jammed it going up for a rebound. So she is off the court for the moment. Here's Keel. In the corner, not able to get it. Here's Hall trying to force it up and in. Not typically her shot. That's off the mark. Arthur falls down. It's Matthews. They're going to drive in. Try to do a little Euro step, but that's going to be a travel on the other side. Shania Howard checks in for the Lady Lions. 1:35 to go. You can almost smell it in the building. The first win in the Evan Fauché era. And there is going to be a technical foul on Kirtland's side on Ernestina Arthur. So not sure what she said, but she might have had some choice words for the referee there. You can feel the excitement in the building for the Lady Lions. 0-8 up to the season, looking to get their first win. We talk about the importance that Charisma Matthews has had on this squad. Just that playmaking ability has been so essential. Not only moving the ball in terms of passing, but also that dribbling skills and the way she's able to drive the lane. Something that this team just did not have a month ago. Looking to drive in, that's Matthews holding on to the ball, as we've talked about. Good dribbling skills. It's going to be a turnover right there. And a little aggressive play. Going to make for a foul and send the ball the other way. 70 seconds to go. Amanda Lewis on the outside, now to Arthur. Driving in. Had the ball ripped away from her. That's Akira Hinton. Fighting tooth and nail for every ball. Brianna Williams takes it past half court. Less than a minute to go. Akira Hinton's gonna sit on the possession. Defense will sit back. 10 seconds left to go in the shot clock. Drives in, looking to make something of it. Loses the handle. Finds Deasia on the outside. Shot clock running down. Shot up, not good. Rebound, Charisma Matthews. Puts up her own shot. It's going to be Brianna Williams getting that shot, and now it's blocked. So it's going to be Arthur driving down the other side. 12 seconds to go. Playing for competitive energy at this point. And Howard gets the ball to Williams. Mariah Ellis is going to steal that ball, but it will be a win for Community Christian, the Lady Lions. First win of the season. First win in the Evan Fauché era. They'll start the handshake lines, but this game was all Lady Lions from start to finish. Excellent win from them. And the men's team will look to do the same here in just a little bit. 43 to 30 is going to be your final score. Leading the way for the Lady Lions, Akira Hinton, 12 points for her, shooting 6 of 17. Deasia Croft, 11 points, 5 of 13 for her. And Charisma Matthews, 8 points of her own. That excellent playmaking ability, 5 rebounds, 5 assists, and 2 steals for her. That was excellent in today's matchup. So we'll step aside for the end of our first game here in our doubleheader. 43 to 30, your final score. Join us on the other stream for the second half of our doubleheader with the men's team. Kirtland Firebirds against the Lions. We'll see you around.